Hey, you must be here for part 3 of Recognized Magazine stories about artists in the Lucky Bling Project magazine version of Recognized Magazine. There you go. All right, so first up is Jaslyn Grimes. It says hip hop photographer. All right, she says that hip hop to her is love, frequency, and oneness. She's from Wilmington, Delaware, and she is a hip hop photographer, designer, and content creator. She wants to pay homage to the culture. Here she is. That's the article. Okay, Jaslyn Grimes. Now we got Double J. Double J is a DJ, and he was inspired by his older brother, Bernie B, who had a DJ crew, and so he watched their battles and whatnot. So he is known as the truth in the booth, the party slammer, DJ Double J. And he wants us to know also that he is a sound and lighting professional. All right, Double J. Next up is Grand Wizard Theodore. Grand Wizard Theodore, creator of the Scratch and Needle Drop, is a DJ. All right, so Grand Wizard Theodore, he travels the world and he teaches hip-hop classes and plays venues. But, you know, he did invent the Scratch and the Needle Drop. So he was in the hip-hop movie Wild Style and featured in the movie Scratch as well. He is from the South Bronx. Grand Wizard Theodore. All right. So next we have Happy the Pioneer. It says hip hop pioneer MC Happy. Hip hop for life. And he gave a bunch of shout outs. He's performed at parks. And he also was a graffiti artist, but he never tagged walls and trains. He only designed on clothes and canvas. All right, hip hop MC Happy. Next up is Zip the Don. All right, so he goes by the name of James B, aka Zip the Don, representing Loud Pack season. Says he's a young and upcoming artist from the Boogie Down Bronx, and he is inspired by Coke La Rock, DMX, Busta Rhymes, Rakim, KRS-One, The Lox, Biggie, Tupac, Wu-Tang, Fabulous, Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and the list goes on. So he has a lot of inspirations. He loves hip-hop and plans to grow and show his talents. All right, that's Zip the Don. Okay, Brother Conscious and Big E. These guys are security. So it says security for well-known hip-hop artists. And they start their article by saying greetings and blessings. All right. They started Conscious Protection Unit LLC in 2020 and has provided security for Grandmaster Caz, Cold Crush Brothers, Biz Markie, MC Hammer, Sir Mix-a-Lot, Lord Finesse, Big Daddy Kane, and etc. So these guys have definitely protected a bunch of people. So big ups to them. And it says we are about building relationships and giving back to the community with those that didn't get their credit or recognition from what they have done. Brother Conscious and Big E. All right, we got Kimberly Kevorkian next. Very straight up, she's a photographer. It says a photographer that travels the world looking for hidden gems to tell a story. She was born and raised in New Jersey, moved to New York at a young age to pursue her dream as a makeup artist. Now she's in Brooklyn, and she's been documenting street art and graffiti for 7 years. Kimberly Kevorkian. Okay. Now we just got a really cool progressive picture. It is a break dancer and a graffiti artist with MCTNT, Coke La Rock, and Lucky Bling. Next up, we got my man D. Also very straight up, NYC writer and graffiti artist. Says my name is Derek and I'm a New York City writer graffiti artist from the 1980s. His tag name was Cester, C-E-S-T-E-R, Cester. Hope I got that right. As a youth and reemerged as his name changed to my man D. There you go. He started as Cester and went and became my man D later. So he just says that he's representing the true essence of hip hop, and it sure looks like it. So there you go, my man D, the writer and graffiti artist. I know I stumble a little bit here and there, but these stories are important to tell irregardless. All right, next up we've got JBX718. His government name is Jonathan Lorenzo, and his AKA is JBX718. So he was born in 87 and grew up all his life in the Bronx as a young Latino artist. His mom is Puerto Rican, his dad is Dominican. All right. So he was influenced by Wu-Tang, LL Cool J, and then started to listen to more of the 90s rappers. It says he brings boom bap bars to life with a blend of all elements of hip hop. All right. Bronx finest. JBX718. Right there. Next up, oh, some murals. Look at these beautiful murals. You see now why I called it story time? They hold it up like a storybook. Okay, next up, Black Juice. It says, my name is Dale Joseph, aka D-Love, Tron, Black Juice, or Juice Black. He was born in Harlem and then moved to the Bronx around 6 years old. All right. So he says his inspiration in hip-hop, Father MC, Coke La Rock, Big Daddy, Kane, Rahim, of course, Classical 2's Raps, New Generation, K-Born, and L.A. Brew. All right. It also says he's a master barber working on 1 East Tremont Ave between Walton and Jerome. It's called This Is It Barbershop, the only way to shine. Right. Nice. He's also, it says here he's giving back to the community with food drives and a winter coat distribution. All right, Juice Black. We got some more murals here. Next up is Rinto Fujita, a b-boy He's 17. He came to New York from Japan when he was 10. All right. He started breaking at the age of 6 in Japan, and he joined the Dynamic Rockers kids team when he came to New York. All right. Legendary breaking crew. So he worked with Kid Glide, and even though it was hard to speak English and make friends initially, he found that his weekend practices and battles became his greatest joy. Rinto Fujita. I think there are 2 more pages of this. There's a close-up shot. Okay, and the last artist I'm going to read about is Nero Rons. He has a Yankees jersey on. Says he's an underground MC you may have only heard about in the late 1980s to the early 1990s. All right. He signed with TMO Records, put out a 2-song single with remixes, and the name of his original group was Organized Crime Unit. All right. Underground MC Nero Rons. There he is. And then the only other thing I'm going to do on the next page, there's a picture here of Lucky Bling's back with his signature cigar. And there's something here that he wrote. It says, I would like to recognize and pay tribute to the Latin culture of hip-hop. I would like everyone to understand that the Latin culture had a lot to do with hip-hop from the early 70s. Latinos played a historic role in the birth and evolution of hip-hop. Lucky Bling 1. Okay, that's it for part 3, Recognize Magazine Stories. See you next week for part 4.